Hi, welcome back to another episode of WTF with Tracy and Friends with Pat Adonisio, Jen Anson, and our special guest tonight, Tim McRae from WTF, the restaurant, the food truck.
Yes, yes.
Get it. Welcome, Tim, guys.
Thank you for having me too, Tracy and friends.
We're so happy that you're here. Tim has the restaurant WTF in Pennington at 102 Washington Crossing, Pennington Road in Hopewell. That's the longest address ever.
It is. You should see me trying to spell it. I actually sit there sometimes and say, you know what? I'm not going to spell it. So we abbreviate it.
I was writing it out. I thought my email address was long. That's really long.
Yes, it is.
Anyway,
It can
well,
be.
we're glad you're here, but
Thank
check
you.
him out right now. Go to the Instagram, WTF_food truck. Check out his Insta page, and you can see the secret menu. You're going to tell us all about that in 1 minute. First of all, I just want to mention, before we move on, brackets. You didn't do your bracket, did you? You didn't do the bracket.
I did.
You are in.
You were out.
But
I'm done.
bracket's
Yeah,
busted, you're
it's
done?
completely busted. It got busted a while back. My kids at school did their March Madness. Like, they each
has
did their
a
own.
math teacher, and she uses
Oh, come on.
bracket as like a project.
Every
Oh,
kid
there
did
you
their
go.
own bracket and everything. And
That's good.
Yeah, it was great. So not one of us, not me or any of the kids, had UConn as the final. And so we were busted in the Final Four. I had one kid in the Final Four, though, that had picked two games right. They had Florida Atlantic, and they had, I want to say, Miami. And I was like, dude, you just got like 32 points just for those two games.
Hopefully you bet on the game.
I had Miami
no underage
for all the
betting, though.
marbles.
Were you
They let me down. I'm out. My bracket's busted.
Yeah, they were done. They played the other night. So who did you have winning the whole thing?
Miami. Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, because of Pitbull.
Yeah, but you went far.
Because of Pitbull, that's the only reason I
Yeah, but
took
you went far. You
Miami.
got to the Final
Yeah.
Four. Miami went to the Final Four, so you got pretty far.
Yeah, but I didn't win.
I know, but that's impressive that you got that
Anywho,
far.
I think I'm becoming a sports girl now. All of a sudden, basketball. I like basketball. My son plays basketball, my
Okay.
youngest, so been really into basketball. Now he's into baseball, which I love watching him play, but the games are so long.
Well, they're trying to shorten them up now.
Wait, the little
Yeah.
kids' games?
Even the little kids' games.
They're
Do
only
they
like
do
6
7
minute
innings,
quarters or
or-
something like that, right? Aren't they like
Baseball?
Oh,
No, I think
baseball.
meant basketball. I thought you were
Oh,
talking
no,
about
no. That's
basketball.
why I love basketball.
Yeah,
And
basketball's
you're
fast.
in and out in an hour. It's great. You can play on the rest of your
Right.
day.
Yeah.
Baseball.
No,
Jason
baseball,
getting
you're
used
there.
to.
It's like,
Yeah.
And do they
we're
make
down.
the kids do 7
Yeah.
innings?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, there's the mercy rule. If the other
The
team is up-
mercy rule.
There is. If the other team is up
10
by
run.
His
10.
age is 6 innings,
I'm
isn't
eating.
it?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think
I
it's
have
6.
no idea. I don't know.
At 6 innings?
This is his first
I
year back
believe
at
you.
baseball in 3 years, so
High school is 7.
I don't know. We're going to find out. But the mercy rule went into effect last night. So if the other team is up by 10,
Yeah.
they stop the game.
Gotcha.
It's only
So-
right.
I mean, it was after 9 o'clock, and they were only in the third inning.
Oh,
Like,
my
it was, I
gosh.
was like, we're going to be here until
That's called a massacre.
So, yeah, so it was his first game of the season, but he played well. Anyway, all right, brackets are busted.
They
I
are
want to
busted.
talk to the audience at home, and maybe you guys know, I need an intern. We're looking for either a high school senior or a college student to intern with us with the show, maybe about 3 hours a week. So if you know anybody, let me know. You can message me on any of the social medias or email me, WTFlivepodcast@gmail.com. What else? A shout out real quick to my brother-in-law, Jimmy Brannigan. Jimmy, he's in the hospital right now,
Oh, no.
so we're sending out a lot of love to Jimmy. Get better, get home soon. Also to his wife, Virginia Brannigan, who is holding it all together, taking care of the kids, at the hospital with him, by his bedside. We love you guys, and get home soon, Jimmy.
Prayers up.
Thank you. Another quick announcement. Ruben Rodriguez and Jean Piero, owners of Hamilton Radio and our amazing producers, are just announced that they are going to be judges for the International Motion Picture Film Festival.
That's super cool.
How cool is that?
That's very cool.
Where is it? When is it? We don't know yet. Now, it's going to be in 2024. But I'm sure you'll be hearing a lot about it. We'll keep you posted
They
on
need
that.
a full year to watch all the movies.
Exactly. But that's really exciting. Maybe
Super
we can participate. Like we
Yeah.
could do like the red carpet interviews and stuff like that,
There you go.
That's really cool.
if they'll have us.
I
All
think
right.
Ruben liked the idea.
Yeah, it's fun. Also, Gene has been in a sitcom. He was in a sitcom, The Gilbert Diaries, on Tubi. It's airing right now, so you can find Gene on The Gilbert
no
Diaries
idea he was a
on
celebrity.
Tubi, airing now. Who knew?
Yeah,
You
I
didn't know this, did you?
We knew you guys when.
Seriously. All right, so we're over to our Tim McRae. Tim, he comes in, right? So we've been talking on the phone, whatever. So today was the first time we met. So he comes in, he's like, I'm a hugger. I'm like, me too. Like, we just embraced.
It's strange
like,
anymore.
I'm such a hugger. And it was really hard during COVID, too.
Yeah, it was. It was. A lot of people, like, everybody's so standoffish, so you kind of, it's like the pivot. You're like, handshake, hug,
I know.
handshake,
Hi,
hug.
knuckles, like, you don't know what to do.
You don't know the
So it's been awkward, but yeah, I'm a hugger, too.
Yeah, it's
I
like
hug
playing
everybody.
double dutch. You got to stand there for a minute and kind of just go back and forth.
You good?
Hug, handshake,
Now, do you tell people, do you tell everybody you love them?
Unfortunately, I don't, because lately the world's been a really mean place. So I only say that for friends and family.
Yeah, but when I talk to my friends, when I get off
Oh,
the
yeah, my
phone,
friends,
I always
yeah.
say, I love you.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah. My good friends, yes.
It's really important
I still tell everybody.
You're
I love
right.
them.
tell the people that you love.
Yeah, you can't
I
tell
love
everybody.
you.
You gotta save that, right?
People are so funny about that, though, saying I love you. Tell,
No, you
tell,
gotta
tell
say it
your
to your
people you
friends.
love them, guys. All right, so Tim,
Yes.
tell us take us back. I want to know, take us back
Oh,
to the
boy.
beginning.
The beginning.
All right, WTF the restaurant came from WTF the food truck.
Yes.
But how did WTF the food truck start? Like, what were you doing at that time? And then you were like, I need to.
That's a very good question. And I'm going to start by telling you I had another business. So I was in the oil business. So I sold heating oil. So I went, house to house. I had commercial business accounts and commercial and home accounts, and I sold heating oil. So I was looking for something to supplement my income for the summer months. So as I started the oil company, things were great. Global warming, of course. Year by year, I noticed that there was a decline in my numbers on sales for oil. So I started looking to the food truck circuit around 2012, 2011, and I noticed that food trucks were becoming popular, and I like to cook, so I would have friends over, and I'd be cooking something on the grill, and people would be like, "Who made this?" I'm like, "Oh, I did," and "Oh, you should get a food truck." I must have heard that about 30 times before I finally said, maybe I should get a food
Before
truck.
the bells went off.
Right. So obviously that started the love for getting to know more about the industry, understanding the industry. So basically, I jumped all in. I went down to Florida. I had my food truck built and made in Fort Lauderdale, and I drove it back. And quick, funny story, I stopped on the borderline of Georgia and Florida, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, I just spent $75,000. Did I just make the biggest mistake in my life? And I went inside. My cousin Eric was with me. I went inside to get some peanuts, and I got a fruit punch. I'll never forget it. It was a Hawaiian punch. And when I came outside, there was a line at the truck. And that was like my revelation, like, okay,
gonna work.
yeah,
It's
this is
gonna
going
be
to
okay.
work.
At that moment,
Exactly.
I knew this is going to work
Yeah.
out.
And the people that were standing there actually told me this story about the guy down the street and how his food this and his truck looks like that. And, da, da, da. And they were like, "Oh my God, we've seen your truck." And we're like, "When are you opening?" I'm like, "I'm actually on my way back to New Jersey, so I won't be open here anyway." But it was the revelation that says I'm in the right spot. So basically, I did it as a need to supplement my income. During the summer at that time, my wife was still working. I was off in the summer, so I was running rampant. So I'm in Atlantic City. I'm gambling. I'm a social butterfly,
What do you
so I'm
play?
everywhere.
What's your
I'm a
game?
roulette person. I'm just, if I'm going to lose it, I'm going to lose it on a wheel of crazy numbers.
End of April, let's go.
Whenever you're ready. But yeah, so that was it. So she was like, you got to do something, because if not, you're going to spend all this money. But I won a lot. But at the same time, I spent a lot of time in Atlantic City, and then I was seeing some of the trucks down there. And I just started talking to some of the guys and walking around and stuff like that. And eventually, I went and bought one. And like I said, the rest is where I'm sitting now. That was the start of it.
All right, so you get the food truck. What was your first food truck gig?
You're going to laugh. My first food truck grade was at TC&J, which is the College of New Jersey. I'm old school, so it's Trenton State College to me.
College, yes.
Not trying to date myself, but I'm a little older
Now
than
we're
the
all-
average.
I think all the
Right.
Trenton
I dyed my hair to look distinguished. So I went to TC&J. That was our first event, and it was called Community Day. So we had never been out with the truck before. First event, I had everybody on there. We're all panicked. Everybody's like, and I said, look, everybody calm down. We're going to walk through this. We did a soul food platter because at the time there were so many different trucks there, and we didn't want to duplicate what anybody else did.
Yeah.
So we did a soul food platter, and the line in our truck was an hour and a half to 2 hours deep. So we got our serving time down to 4 minutes. My goal was to get it down to 2.5. But then I said, you know what? No, don't. Let the line stay as long as possible. And what we would do is called slow walking the line. So when people come to an event, you know, you go somewhere and you see a food truck, you see a long line and no line, you're like, why does this truck have no
Must be
line?
good.
And you
Must
sheep.
be
We're
good,
sheep.
yeah.
Yeah, so they say must be good and they jump in that line. That's what we started doing. So I started learning that first event how to slow walk the line. Also, we had microphone and speakers on the truck, so I'd always talk junk to people as they walked by. Hey, I hear your stomach
that.
growling. Come on over and get something to eat. You know, so we would actually mess with people and harass them to the point where they were entertained, and then they would come over and find out. Plus, a big truck saying WTF on it, they had to find
Right.
out what was in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's in it? Do you remember what you served? Like, what did
Oh,
you serve?
God.
What was in your soul food platter?
We had cabbage, we had turkey wings, I had mac and cheese, I had black eyed peas, we had a meatloaf, fried chicken, and the dessert was banana pudding.
Oh,
Yeah. So we ended up selling out in the first 4 hours. It was a 6-hour event, but we were out of food in 4 hours.
that is
Wow.
amazing. See,
So that was
you
the
knew you were
revelation.
onto something.
Oh yeah, and after that event, like just the buzz and people talking about it, it just was crazy.
And then now there's like a circuit, right? Like the food truck
Yes.
circuit. Tell
Yes.
us about that. What's
Oh
that like?
God, the food truck circuit. In the beginning, for me, it was hard because as the new kid on the block, everybody looks at you as, you know, who is this guy? You know, his truck's loud. It says WTF on it. It was challenging because most people when they see WTF, we all know what they think about.
Right.
You know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Of course. That was the first thing.
That's the
They
first
meet
thing.
up with Tracy and friends.
Right,
That's
of
right.
course.
Really.
Next, that's the
right.
second thing. But it was amazing to me that, you know, so many people just from these 3 letters would assume or think something when it clearly said on the truck, where's the food? So I realized that I was onto something, but at the same time, it was nobody wanted to help you. I'm the type of person, if I have the information, I'm going to share it with you.
Yeah.
You know, but in the circuit, in the beginning, nobody wanted you to get any further than they were.
Oh, because they wanted to be the
Of
top
course,
dog,
of
right?
course.
They
Yeah.
wanted the long line.
So I had to be different, and that's why we served different foods. We would change the menu because when you go to these events, they would hand you a list and say, this is what you can't make. So if I can't make hamburgers, hot dogs, and whatever, what am I going to do? So you get creative, hence the name Where's the Food. I never wanted to pigeonhole myself into one thing. I didn't want to be the pretzel guy or the empanada guy or the hot dog guy.
Right.
I always kept my menu so broad that whenever there was a challenge, I could just come and people would call me up like, oh, we call Tim because I know he'll do whatever. And that's what happened. So
That
the hardest challenge was getting people to help you and figure out what's going on with the real estate. Because just like you're in real estate, those promoters, they're selling you real estate. So when you go to these events, you're paying $300-400. Then you got to pay the health department another $150. You know, by the time you get ready to start vending, you're into the event for almost $2,000 between your food and all the fees.
Yeah.
So it becomes a real estate game. So you got to figure out the best real estate, the best events, and how to make your money and how to stand out from the crowd, which we did obviously with the name of the truck.
Wow.
I love it. Now, what are some of the best events for food trucks?
Ooh, well, some of them aren't here anymore. Mercer County Food Truck Festival, that used to be huge. So everybody and their mom wanted to be in that. That stopped happening, I want to say probably 2 years prior to COVID. They tried to do it a few more times and it just didn't work out. We would do a lot of events in Lambertville, Chad Fest, stuff like that. Shad Fest, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Mercer County, like I said, the food truck, the fire halls. We used to do Pennington Day. TC&J always had a lot of events, so they would call us up for different music events. So if they had a musical guest, because the kids have a budget for entertainment, they would call us in to do the food truck vending, and there'd be 3,000-4,000 kids there. Community Day, like I said, that was always great. I'm trying to think of some of the bigger ones. Duke Allen Park up in North Jersey, that was a big music event. They used to do the oldies night. About 10,000 people would pack the park.
Wow.
So those, wherever the most people were at, that's where you wanted to be.
Right. Wow.
And it's usually all the same people, right, in the circuit?
No, not at
No?
all. No,
All
no,
different?
not at all.
Depending on where, I guess.
Depending
your
on where you're
location
at,
is.
where your location is, but you get to find what we call in the circuit good neighbors. When you're out there, when you're parked near somebody, you get to find out who's who. You talk to them, you hang out, and then you start seeing them at other events, and then you start to actually trade events. So if they can't make it, they'll say, "Hey, call Tim from WTF," or "Hey, call Dan from Jersey Devil Barbecue," or whatever the situation. So it became a situation where we built a little network of we're the new guys. The only way for us to stand on each other's shoulders is to us to group together
Help each
and
other.
knock the door down. And that's what we did.
That's amazing. I follow you on Instagram now, so
Thank you.
I just saw that your friend Dan
Yes.
from what is it,
Jersey Devil Barbecue, yes.
came in. You guys, took
Yes.
a picture, and I love that because
And we
you're-
stay in touch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
important.
And there's a lot of us out there. Like I said, we still stay in touch. Even when I came up in the business, we admired people like the empanada guy who was big at that time when we first got in. And, we admired people like that. And then you got the Tex-Mex barbecue. We became friends. And just the whole people on the circuit, we just, like I said, we built a network.
I love so much that you didn't pigeonhole yourself
No.
into one kind of cuisine. Like you could do it all.
That's the worst thing you
is
could do in this industry.
So smart. That
Yeah.
was really, really
Yeah.
smart.
Worst thing you could do in that industry is pigeonhole yourself. Unless you want to be the hot dog guy. I
Right.
never wanted to be the hot
You
dog
want
guy.
to be the everything guy.
Exactly. I
right?
want to be the where's the food guy.
That's right. So now, how did you go from truck to actual brick and mortar store?
wanna know
like a
where the truck
restaurant?
is.
Well, that's an even funnier story. So, just so you know, we sold the food truck in 2018.
Okay.
So my plan was 5 years on the truck. We used those 5 years to market and promote and see what menu items sold the best. And we did, when you're going to different towns and you're going we went as far as New York to as far as Virginia. So all the way in between, you find out what people like and you craft a menu. So basically what we started to do was say to ourselves, you know what, this is going to work. So we started saying to ourselves, this is going to do what we need to do. 5 years on the truck. I used to get gas at a place called Pacerno's, which is now defunct, Cifelli's. And there was a vacant building there that Pops, it was called Pops. It was a hot dog stand. So I'd always ask them every time I went in there to get diesel, why don't you guys let me rent that place? I come in here, I get my diesel and my propane, so let me rent the place. Took a long time. So I finally got in there. I was there for 5 years from, 2015 till just last year, I believe, or a little something shy of that. So a new owner came in, unfortunately, and rendered the property inoperable. But that's how we got into a brick and mortar. It started out from the food truck, and then we went to a trailer. So the trailer was about 1,200 square feet, and in the front of the trailer, we had a little dining area. So I put down some commercial carpet and made a little patio out of it, and we turned it into WTF stationery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we kept the food truck for a little while. And then at that point, like I said, we sold the food truck. But the transition was great because it was easy because what we were spending in events every weekend turned out to be our rent was less.
And then you're stationary, everything's there. You're not bringing everything back and
We
forth.
walk out the back door and we come back in the back door the
Yeah.
next day.
That's nice.
Yes.
And the truck festivals, I would imagine they're every weekend probably. So
Every weekend, and we had day spots too. So we would go to different,
Like farmers markets,
Yeah, farmers
things like that,
markets, strip malls, office complex on Quaker Bridge Road. We had a few of them over there, 3181. So we did a lot of stuff, and then people would start calling us for private events. So private events were the best fun.
Yeah.
So we've done everything from after wedding parties to divorce parties.
What's the coolest one you've done?
Oh, God. A divorce party we did in Lambertville. I shouldn't tell the story, but I'm going to.
No, you have to tell this
I'll
story
keep
now.
all the juicy details out.
No, we loved you.
It was,
Come on now.
it was a divorce party, and there's about 30 to 40 females, and the lady had just got divorced, and she was young. She was probably in her late 30s, early 40s, and her girlfriends threw this party, and they had strippers. They had male and female strippers, and a lot of alcohol, and a pool.
So
And
it was
I'm
a good
gonna-
time.
Yeah, I'm going to stop
You
there.
would have done it for free.
I would go back and do it now for free. I would buy a food truck to do that event again.
I'm wondering if she got divorced again.
Just
nah.
the party.
Yeah, it was a great time, but it was like a celebration of women, and to see everybody so happy at a divorce party. And like she had a group of friends, like 5 or 6 of them that were real tight, and they planned the whole thing. She didn't even know about it.
Oh, wow.
She didn't know. She just
Oh,
thought she was
that's
having.
nice.
Yeah, she
Those
just
are
thought
some
she
good
was having
friends
exactly.
That throw you a
Gosh.
divorce party
Yeah,
like that.
and they thought
yeah.
she was just having a little small party, and she shows up, and we're all there, and music's playing. They got a band. It was nothing short of the Playboy Mansion.
I feel left out now. Like, I'm divorced twice. I didn't get any party.
Oh,
Either
well,
time.
Looks like we got to
should
throw a party
probably
for her.
Throw one now.
I really think that
We,
you should
we
just have one for
we
me.
could throw one now. Why not?
It's never too late.
A belated,
A belated divorce party. I mean, it's like 10 years, out, but that's okay. We could have it anyway.
Hey, friends
Happy
do that. We'll do
decade
that for
divorce.
So,
There you go. It's never too
yeah, I
late.
need a divorce party.
you.
Pat,
It's
you're
important.
awfully popular on YouTube.
Those are my students. Hi, Gavin, and hi, John. I'm seeing you. It's Gavin mostly.
Cover your
though.
ears, kids.
Hi,
Cover your
Gavin.
ears.
Gavin's home. Gavin,
Middle
I want to know if you
schoolers.
have your ear pod on and your hat on. But you're allowed to do that at home, just not in the classroom.
All right, so you got the restaurant now. What's it like day to day? What's your day like?
Well, day to day, I mean, it starts off 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So our hours right now are 11 to 7, and we take the last order around 6:30 during the week. And it's a grueling day. But you know what? When you're doing something that you love, it doesn't seem like hard work. So like I said, our day starts about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Usually we go do our shopping where we need to pick up from our vendors. We also work with Cisco, who delivers some of our stuff. So it starts with getting up, getting the restaurant open. If we have to clean the fryers, I do everything myself because I'm anal. I just want everything to be done right. I want everything to be clean. Obviously, there's no companies that clean fryers. If there is, please call me. But this stuff is, it's cleaning, prepping, getting the specials ready. We do weekly specials. It's a lot. Just think of it as women. I mean, you run your household. You got to get the kids ready for school. It's the same thing.
Whole process, right, every day.
But instead of 2-3 kids, you have 200-300 customers a day who have needs, wants, and everything else. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So now, how often do you change your menu?
We actually do weekly specials every week. And we
secret
keep them.
menu.
Yes, the secret
Tell
menu.
everybody about the secret menu. I love it.
All right,
a
the
secret
secret
now,
menu.
though.
Yeah, it is. It's always a secret unless you follow me on Instagram. That's at WTF_food truck. You follow me on Instagram. We hide everything on our Facebook and Instagram, and we do that to get people to engage with our social media.
Love it.
All right, because a lot of people just don't want to come into the 21st century. Listen, I'm 52. I didn't want to be on social media, but I have to be because it drives my business.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was on a closed gas station lot for 5 years, and I drove business there. People were like, how are you the busiest guy on a closed gas station lot? I said, social media. Between my commercials, the movies, the skits that I've done, everything we've done is to drive people to our store. So come on out.
Yeah, you do a great job of it too. You're
Thank
very
you.
entertaining. I love,
Thank you.
watching your content.
Thank
It's
you. Yeah, I
great.
just got scolded. I was actually on a set on Monday on my day off, and can't talk about it, but it's a Christmas project, and I accidentally tagged the director in one of the pictures, and I don't think she was too happy, so she sent out an email and said, please take your post down. Normally, I don't do anything like that, but it was just like I was so excited to work with her because she's somebody from the past I grew up watching on TV. And yeah, so
Well,
I
that's
got
exciting.
scrolled
You're
for
giddy.
that.
He's
I am.
giddy
I am.
excited. He's so
I was
excited.
so excited. I had to catch myself, and I was like, I'm going to take it down. So yeah, I ended up taking it down.
When you can talk about it, will you come back?
Yes, I
another
will.
Day and we'll talk about
we
that.
can talk about it around Christmas because it is a Christmas movie.
All right. And then I just mentioned the guys are working on this international, what is it? The International Film Festival?
Well, great. I have a film to
so
submit called
exciting.
The Harmonica Killer. So while you are sitting there,
Oh.
if you want to look at it on YouTube, it's shot by my friend Gatson Media Productions on YouTube, and it's called The Harmonica Killer. It's a 3-part trilogy, and I am the Harmonica Killer.
All right. And I saw also
Starring role.
on your Instagram you were doing like a casting call one day
Yes,
for a role. on
and
there.
it's
So
actually for
you
the
never know what you're going to
Yeah.
1,000% eating this fry. I've been staring at it for like
eat
5
it,
hours.
eat it.
eat it. What you
I
guys
have
don't
cheated.
know at home is that we have plates of food in front of us. I don't know if you can see. So sampling
delicious.
of some of the best. And you already dug in.
I did.
I'm dying over here. We have
I ate the wing
chicken
off air.
I can't help myself.
empanada,
I needed the
a
fry.
cheesesteak, the chipotle citrus wings, and the shrimp po' boy, which that's your specialty, right?
Yes, the shrimp po' boy is one of our staples.
Oh man! All right, we dig in right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, eat.
All right. Like,
If you
so
need me to
would
keep
say-
talking. Nah.
Yeah. Go ahead. So while we're digging in,
Yeah, sure. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the Harmonica Killer. The Harmonica Killer is a 3-part trilogy, and it's about an angry man who is driven to murder by his wife. He doesn't kill his wife. I can't tell you the surprise ending, but he turns out to be a lot of frustrations. And I think a lot of men, especially with mental health nowadays, a lot of men, we don't talk. So we don't have any ways to or outlets to get our feelings out. So he turns into a really bad guy, and anytime he gets in a situation and he feels that this woman has wronged him or made him mad, he kills her. But, we don't show it graphically. It's more of a subliminal type of thing.
Implied.
Implied, yes. And it's really when you get down to the base of the story, it's to get men to talk about their feelings. Don't keep things pent up until you explode, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you never know what anybody's going through. They're walking around and they're angry, and it builds and it builds and it builds, and the first person you're going to take it out on is the person you love, and it's
Right.
usually a woman or a child or somebody in your family. So not only is the Harmonica Killer a short horror movie, it's also a thing that was going to deal with mental illness and mental health in men.
How long is it?
The trilogy, the first one is 8 minutes, and the second one's probably going to be a little longer. It's going to be about 12 minutes, and the third one will probably be around 12 minutes as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
it's very interesting.
Can do it in one sitting.
Oh yeah. We try and keep our movies short that we're doing because we want to hold your attention. We want to bring people into what we're doing. So when we do something long, when we do other features, we can get that across as well.
Okay.
So I'm also in a comedy that's coming out, I believe, June 10th, and I can speak about that. It's called Liquor Run. So it's shot by Mr. Jamal Hill. He's out of Newark, New Jersey. Halls Mills Network is the company. And I play, I guess they call guy number one. And it's a comedy with so many talented comedians in it from New Jersey and around the New Jersey, New York area. When I tell you, I can't mention everybody because it's not presently out yet, but this film is going to be a classic and it's going to be funny.
Oh, wow, that sounds
Yeah.
funny.
It sounds good.
sound good.
I promise that you'll come back to,
Oh, yeah.
talk about this. We
Of
love
course.
it. And then, of course, enter it in the International Motion Picture
Yes.
Film Festival. They have several different categories. So
Okay.
we'll check
And
it
I'll make
out.
sure I talk to the guys before I leave as well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that. Okay. Amazing.
So good.
Everything we just tried. I can't wait till the show's over because we are going
It's all going to be
in
cold
on
by
this.
then. So what was your
It's still
favorite?
good. I think it's a really tough choice, but this Chipotle citrus
Oh, that is
wing.
delicious.
Yes. That's one of our new flavors as well.
Gosh,
Yeah.
is that the most popular flavor?
Right now, believe it or not, hot honey garlic is, and right now,
Why did
Chipotle citrus is running a close second.
All right, you got to come back. I need to try all of them. I wanted to try the garlic parm ones
Of
too.
course.
You
We'll
know
have to
what?
do a wing.
We're going. Let's have a field trip.
Yeah,
We're going.
come to the
We'll
store.
have to
There
do.
you go.
Let's do
I'm in for a
that.
field
I
trip.
mean, amazing. On
Love
the way
a
to the
good field
divorce
trip.
party.
Yeah, there you go.
My
You can
10-year
cater the
belated
divorce
divorce
party.
There
party.
you go. Do you have a pool?
I
Decade
don't have a pool. I have a community pool, though. I live
We're-
in a
we're
townhouse,
buying-
so I do have
okay,
a pool.
we're buying
Me at
some
Jen's
blow-up
house,
pools.
She's got a pool.
Jen's got a great pool.
We're doing it at Jen's house, y'all.
Yeah, we are.
Come on over.
I know. All these years I've been friends with you, and I just haven't showed up in your backyard to just. I could just
every
be
year
there
I
when you
tell
get
you.
home, floating around.
So,
I wake up in the morning.
I could be
what
there.
inspired you to cook and like to be in the kitchen and your love of cooking
My love of cooking came from my mom.
for your mom?
My mom was a very special person in my life. She's been dead 26 years now. So she taught me how to cook, and the first thing she always said is, don't wait for a woman to come and do anything for you. She said, come learn this now. So she brought me in the kitchen, and I stood there, and I watched her make this and make that. The first thing I made, believe it or not, is most people call it a grilled cheese. I made a cheese toast. So in the black community, a cheese toast was a grilled cheese, but we put syrup on it. So yes, look at me crazy, but when you go home, the next grilled cheese you
this
make,
now.
You know I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
look,
it
the
too.
next grill,
100%,
it's sweet and
100%.
savory. It's sweet and savory. Go home, make yourself a grilled cheese. Don't use wheat bread or rye. Just use a regular old white bread.
White Wonder bread.
Yeah, Wonder Bread.
Soft white bread.
Somebody, if you don't put your thumb in it, it doesn't make a mark. Don't use that bread. All right? So take that, make yourself a grilled cheese, and put some syrup on it. You will love it, I tell you.
Like on top of it, or do I like dip it in there?
No, you could dip it. You could put it on top. You can
Just
make
like a
like
pancake,
pancakes.
just-
Yeah,
right,
Yeah.
okay.
just spread it. Go crazy with it.
What kind of syrup?
Oh, come on, Mrs. Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, it's got to be in the rounded bottle.
Do they still make it in the rounded
They
bottle?
do, but they changed the name, after everything got
Yeah.
changed. But it's still the same syrup, so it's still the same sugary, high fructose.
Wait, Mrs.
Right.
Butterworth
Maple
or Aunt
syrup.
Jemima?
Both.
Okay,
Both
so
of
Aunt
them? Wait a
Jemima's
minute, you
now
can't-
Pearl Milling Company
Exactly.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
right. You can't have the name on
related.
it.
They're related. So either one.
Wait, you don't have but the syrup is not.
No.
What?
Really? Where have I been?
Oh, you mean
She missed the
how they
whole
changed
movement.
the
No, I knew the Aunt Jemima thing, but the Mrs. Buttersworth. I guess I missed it, or just forgot about it, or whatever. But really,
I honestly don't know. Bob goes to ShopRite. I don't do ShopRite.
I know, and I
so
love I
haven't
love when I
been
see
in the
Bob at
store in a
ShopRite.
while, But
So they don't have it in, because it was shaped like Mrs. Butterworth?
It
like
used
you-
to be shaped
correct.
like Mrs. Butterworth.
And they don't do that
Everybody
anymore.
wanted like a grandmom, like Mrs. Butterworth,
Yeah,
right?
of
Making
course.
the pancakes.
That's
the
what my
little-
grandmom looked like.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I go, okay.
okay.
What else to say
Now
about
that
it?
we,
Okay.
So
That's
your mom
another
inspired
show.
you to cook.
Yes.
And what are some of your favorite dishes to make?
I'm a beans and rice guy, believe it or
Oh,
not.
yes,
So I just did a
rice.
special with grilled chicken thighs, black eyed peas, and white rice. And we use different stuff in our rice. So we use like a stock. I never use water in my rice. I just don't.
It has no flavor.
I
Why would
don't.
you?
I won't. I refuse to.
love it.
I will use stock. I'll use bouillon. I'll make whatever. But I just do not use water. But I love beans. And the thing with beans for me, when I cook them, you don't serve them that day. You have to serve them the next day.
Right.
So that's the thing with good soul food. When you cook it, it's served the next day. So like if my mom, if she was still alive for Easter, she'd be cooking now.
Right.
For Sunday or Monday or whatever Easter falls on this year. But it's about, cooking the food, letting the flavors meld together. Where everybody's in so much of a hurry nowadays, we want something fast. Hot pocket, this, that, press the button for the microwave, 2 minutes. No, I still like home cooked, old fashioned food
That's
that
where
sticks
it's
to
at.
What
it.
was your favorite thing that your mother would cook for you?
You ready for this? Okay. Macaroni and cheese. Hers was the best. I don't care what anybody says. You can bring me your mac and cheese, and I will tell you it's not my mom's.
Yeah.
Also, she made a giblet gravy. All right. So giblets are the gizzards of a chicken.
Yeah.
She would make that with eggs, and I don't know everything she put in because all my mom's recipes, and I should have wrote them all down before she passed, were in her head.
Right.
Like my grandma
She
had the
didn't need
little
a recipe
Rolodex
in
and her little cards. My mom, everything was in there. So she made this giblet gravy, and she would put that over the rice. And I'm telling you something, gizzards can be chewy if you don't cook them right. Just like calamari, you kind of if you overcook it a little bit, even shrimp, you overcook it, it gets a little tough. Her gizzards would melt in your mouth, and if you
Wow.
didn't know what they were, and as a
Right.
kid, we were young, so we didn't know that they were, the innards of the chicken.
Right.
But so I fell in love with gizzards, and I was like, oh, when I found out what they were, I was like, oh,
My,
okay.
they're good.
used
But-
to
but it's
use
too
all
late, I
the
was hooked.
innards for
Yes.
Christmas and Thanksgiving, the
Yes.
turkey gizzards, you know?
Exactly.
And I remember when I got old enough, I was eating liver. And I remember
My mom
somebody
loved it.
saying, I can't stand to eat the liver. I'm like, oh, well, where's the liver? They're like, you just ate it.
And you're like, I ate a liver?
Yeah, I know what the liver does now. Like, but it
Now,
was delicious.
Can you replicate this recipe?
I probably could, but I would definitely have to call my sister on a few ingredients because we're 9 years apart. So there's 10 of us all together, but we're 9 years apart. So anything that I don't remember, she knows the recipe to it. So yeah, I'd have to.
Right.
It'd be like one to put her on the phone, all right, I'm making this now. What do I do next? So yeah, I could definitely reach out.
Well, you just mentioned traditions, like
Yes.
for Easter, she would make this, that, whatever. What are your Easter traditions? Is there anything that you traditionally serve or that you're going to have for Easter?
Well, we always do the ham. That's
Yes,
always.
we do too.
And then every year, I try to make Bruce's grandmother's pastilla.
Okay.
And I had to kind of look online and pull recipes from everywhere because she didn't
Oh,
keep
so
them.
you kind of made your own recipe.
And every year it comes out different.
Pinterest is your friend. Pinterest is your friend.
that is great.
I have so many notes written on that one recipe because no matter how many times I do it, it comes out different.
That is actually really funny, and it reminds me, we make something too in our family, and my mom, we just came across her recipe card not too long ago, but it's crossed out and something else is written in it, like the amount.
Yeah.
It's like crossed out like 4 or 5 times, and we don't know really what the hell the recipe actually is. So we just, same thing, we wing it every year, but it always comes out great. Like it always comes out really well.
And what is it?
It's called pizza gaina.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
people
I don't
call
know
it
what that is.
pizza
Pizza
rustica. It's
Oh,
like
you have to.
I really
crust
don't.
I'm making mine Saturday.
with all kinds of Italian meats and cheeses layered in it, and then you mix eggs with pecorino romano cheese, and you pour that in there, and you cover it with dough, and it bakes, and it's
Oh my
just
God,
this
that sounds delicious.
amazingness. It's so good. I'll have to.
There's
I'm
really
sorry,
Send
say
it
the
my
name
way
one
so I
more
can give it to
time.
my dad. My
Pizza
dad
Gaina.
cooks. My dad can
Gaina.
throw it down in
Or
the kitchen.
pizza rustica.
Okay. You want to grab that?
Yeah, I'll
Look
have
at
to, I'll have to
that.
bring you some.
Yeah, please, please.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can give you the recipe. You can't understand it. It's
I know
like
where Pinterest is. I can find it. I'll find it.
everybody.
Yeah, you'll find it.
It's definitely a regional kind of thing, and like so many families make it, but everybody makes
It's
it
a little
differently.
different.
Yeah.
We don't make it.
I'm
I'm
s-
upset.
I'm
I
very
want the recipe to give it to
surprised.
my dad. My dad's the cook. I don't.
All right.
Like, he literally sent me a message today. He's like, do you want lasagna or ham? I'm not making both.
Oh, yeah, you gotta,
Right.
you gotta have both.
Well, the reason he's not, because this year my brother and my sister-in-law, they went to Iceland, so that it's just, yeah, for like on a cruise or something. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. They're not here, so it's just my parents, myself, and my son. That's it. So he's like, I don't want to make all that food. It's just
Right.
4 of us, right? So I said, all right, let's just go with ham. Let's do that. I know everybody likes that, but yeah. And he makes the pastilla too.
Oh, does
Yeah.
he?
Yes,
we do
it's
that
awesome.
too.
He does something with some kind of cinnamon,
Cinnamon
on
on
top,
top,
and
yeah.
it's really good. I never liked it as a kid. I like it as an adult though.
Do you put cherries?
It was a
on
texture
top?
No.
thing. There was something. I think it was
It's
a texture
custard.
thing.
It's-
Yeah.
I think Bruce's sister used to call it wet noodle pie. Somebody
Pretty
in his
much,
family
yeah.
did.
Wet
pretty
noodle
much.
pie.
Yeah, as a kid I hated it, but now I like it.
And,
Yeah.
and the cheese, there's no mascarpone or anything in there, right? Is it just,
No.
There's no cheese at all?
Oh, in the
In the pastilla
Yeah.
or the pizza game? They're two
Both.
different things. All right, so the pastilla is a dessert. It's a custard. It's
Oh, okay.
starts with 12 eggs.
eggs and like
To get your
a
froth.
half a gallon of like half and half and butter. And you
Sounds fatty. I like it
Spaghetti.
already.
and, oh, and you pour it over cooked egg noodles, like the fine egg noodles.
Yeah.
And then you refrigerate it, and it comes this like custard
It's delicious.
pie with like noodles. And
Oh my
it's
God, you're making my
Super good.
stomach growl.
It's so good. It's so good. Not as good as these wings though.
Come on.
This is where it's
My
at.
Don't make me
dog is
Oh, we
blush.
have dessert too.
Oh.
I forgot.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have the
5-layer chocolate cake.
Did you make
My
this?
goodness.
That cake I made, yes.
Oh, it's
me and the wife
beautiful.
made together, yeah.
Are you,
It's
you gotta have a bite.
It's one of my favorites. Believe it or not, I don't like chocolate. I prefer like vanilla, like with my ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to chocolate cake, chocolate bars, chocolate candy, I'm the weirdest person. But yeah, I love it.
I love
Oh
chocolate,
my god,
everything.
this you made this?
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is nuts.
And I'll tell people always let it get
Eric
to
is
room
waving.
temperature because our
mean
fridge is
Erica
at our
D.
store at like 42. So pass it down.
Okay. I
Oh
know.
my
I don't know.
Might
I
be
figured-
one of the best things I've ever
Right?
tasted in
Oh
my
my
life.
god.
Okay.
You know what?
That's
I'm
good.
not really like I wouldn't normally order a piece of chocolate
Okay.
cake because it's usually really sweet.
It's a whole cake there.
That is not too sweet. Like
It's
that
because
is.
it's very dark.
Oh my gosh.
And the key is use a dark chocolate because it's not as sweet.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, that's not for me.
That's where that is where it's at right there.
It is
Wow.
delicious.
Thank
I could eat that whole thing. Don't put it down.
So every week you have one dessert. You feature one
gosh,
different
so
dessert.
We try, yes, we try and do it. Sometimes we get a little lazy, and if it's a short week, like this week we got a holiday, so I'm going to be heading down to Virginia to see my son and my grandkids. So this week we just did the chocolate cake.
Well done,
Oh my
sir.
God, it's so
That's
good.
Thank you.
amazing.
How many children do you have?
I have, I had to think about that for a minute. That I'm claiming on air. No, I'm joking, guys. I have 3 kids. So I have a set of twins, boy and girl. They're 28, and my oldest, Brandon, who is in Virginia, he's 32 years old, and he has 3 of my grandchildren, and my daughter Gabrielle has the other one. So
What
4
do
Very
the
nice.
grandchildren call you?
They call me Pop Pop, or the youngest one, she likes to call me G-Pop.
Oh,
that's cute.
That's cute.
Kind of, gives me that little gangster edge, so I don't feel so old. But yeah, they call me
young,
Pop
right?
Pop. Yeah.
So,
I don't care what they call me, as long as they tell me they love me and they
Yeah.
give me that look when they see
it.
me. That's all that matters.
and you're going there for Easter.
Yes.
For the week. All right. Nice. And what are you cooking? What are you having?
I'm not cooking anything. I plan on going to my son's house and let his wife cook, and I'm gonna do what we do to Rick James on his couch. I'm gonna take my shoes off and I'm gonna
That is
stomp around the
great.
house and make dirt and drink and
I'm
leave a
doing
mess,
the same
leave
thing.
cups everywhere. Yeah,
Ugh,
I'm
I'm
treating
doing
this
the
house
same
like
Where are
he
you
treated
going,
mine.
Tracy?
I'm going to New Hampshire to see my daughter. She lives in New Hampshire. She's got her first apartment.
Oh, great.
So I can't wait to go up there. I'm gonna like leave the door open.
That-
Always be in the
that's
fridge.
Exactly what my mother-in-law used to say all the
I
time.
might
Should I
s-
leave the door open?
I think I'm gonna steal some silverware for sure. I'm gonna like walk in, take my coat off, and just leave it there.
Yep.
Kick my shoes off. I'm just gonna like
Right.
wreak havoc on this apartment.
I
can't
go in his
wait.
fridge and I just stand there,
wait.
just looking for new stuff. Like I keep
Yeah.
opening, closing. Like, yeah, it's what you guys used to
Yeah,
do.
there's
Looking for
something
something
to
new
eat.
to come. Yeah,
I'm gonna turn every light on
exactly.
and oh
Turn the
my
heat up
gosh.
really high.
What
you know,
else
even
can I
if you
do?
don't
I don't
need
know,
it.
but my girlfriend's mom, when she first bought her house, she was like, I've waited for this day. She said, because she goes, I couldn't wait to come over and just leave shit on the floor and leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to come over and F your house
it's
if
the-
I can.
That's
it's the
it, right?
best
Like just come
feeling.
just like leave stuff all over the place, right?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
It really is. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a really good way.
It's
No,
the
I'm-
best
I look
possible
forward to
way.
it.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm just so
I
excited.
wash
for
one
this.
thing. Like I'll just wash like a hoodie.
A sock. We're going to wash one sock.
Let me help you unload the dishwasher and put everything in wrong.
Yeah.
While
that
I
drives me
slam
nuts.
everything.
Or
just
better
down.
yet, unload the dishwasher after it didn't even run, so all the dishes are dirty.
Oh, that's a good
Like you didn't notice that the
That's a
dishes
new
were
one.
I
dirty?
didn't see the
Oh,
residue.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
these kids are great.
kill
I
somebody.
love
Or
it.
they leave it on the counter. Like,
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
I didn't know where it went. You live here.
Yeah, or the better when they don't want to throw away their paper plate. So what do you think? We're going to use it again? Take the paper plate and throw it away. There's 100 of them right there. You know? Well, I might get some later.
No.
You know? Or
Well,
the food under
and
the
the
bed.
best part is, if they were going to use it again, they expected you to clean it off.
Right.
You know what my husband does that drives me nuts? And I call it the divorce spoon. But like, he'll make coffee in the morning and like stirs coffee and leave the spoon on the counter.
Oh.
Every
Brannigan.
damn
No napkin or
morning.
anything under it?
Nope.
So it leaves that little coffee
Leave the
drip and
spoon there.
everything?
The divorce
And
spoon. I love
the
it.
divorce spoon. And there's also the divorce knife. Like he'll make a
Hmm.
sandwich or something or use a knife and he just leaves it on the edge of the sink.
Sounds like a divorce party
Because
coming.
he's going to use that knife later to make another
She
sandwich.
needs somebody
or
to do her
something. I'm
grocery
like,
shopping.
what is
It.
It's
I'm staying single.
Right. Well, yeah, right. Who would go to ShopRite if I
starve,
was divorced?
but
I don't know.
You'd have to
would
go to
too.
WTF
Right, right.
every day for dinner.
So I got to ask, why don't you go shopping? What don't you like about ShopRite?
He likes to go. He loves to.
So he's the shopper in the
will
house.
Go to ShopRite. Well, I spend too much, first of all.
Okay.
So he likes to go, but he really enjoys it. He likes to go on a Saturday, like noon, when there's
That's
a million
mayhem.
people. Absolutely.
It's like
mayhem.
a lot of
that's
fun,
like
though.
cart
It's
crashing.
so much fun, though.
He's in no hurry. Okay, God bless him. He'll be in there for 3 hours. So he'll go in one time, get all the paper products, paper towels, toilet paper, napkins, all that stuff. Check out, put it in the car. Then he'll go back in.
Are you serious?
I am serious. This man will
I've
go
witnessed
back
it.
in. And
Does he
then
drink
do
in the
his
morning?
food shopping. No.
It's his shenanigans.
Well, he can't. Brannigan shenanigans in the shop, right?
But it gets better.
Okay.
So, all right, then he does his food shopping, and then he'll really want to try to go to the same cashier. So, like, it messes with them. So they're like, weren't you just here? So he'll do that, and then, they ask for the Price Plus card up front. He's like, no, I wait to the end. So then he gets everybody around him. How much do you think the total is going to be? It's like a game. He makes
It's
it
like
a
guys'
game,
grocery games. It's great.
And
I got to see this for myself.
they love him.
They do. There's
I
applause
bet
and
they do.
everything.
He's a big hit. And, he just walks the aisles, grabs things off the top shelves for people.
So I'm
and
assuming he's tall.
He's tall.
He's tall.
Okay. Because you look taller obviously on Instagram, you look taller.
He's tall. But, so that's his thing. He loves to go to ShopRite. And
That's amazing.
It's so much fun. I've been behind him with the cashier, and we played guys' grocery games, and we had applause from the other cashiers and people.
I
It was
just
great.
don't know how people go on a Saturday or Sunday.
The next time he goes, can you please call me? Because I need to witness this.
I
I
will-
really
I
need
will
to witness
text
this.
you. I'll text
Please,
you.
I want to
Take
see
bets,
this.
like how much the bill is.
Will he come to the Pennington
$3.25,
ShopRite?
It's like
Or does
Price
he
is
go to
Right.
the Hamilton one?
He goes
Well,
to the
maybe if
market.
there's
Not
no,
market.
33.
A nice
33.
cheese
33.
waiting for him.
The 33. Because he knows where everything is there,
Right, right.
That's
So he's
a
throwing
man
it in
after
the
my own
ShopRite.
heart right there.
You're asking for trouble. Things are in a different
It might be
spot.
more
That's right.
fun.
You have to go to the same shop, right? I
Yeah.
am not the only one. I don't like to go to Hamilton Marketplace. It's all different. I know where my stuff is.
That
You
is
know
true.
what I can't stand there?
I park in the same
tile
aisle, too.
floor in the produce department.
Oh,
Who designed that? That's
wait a minute.
not
Try
fatal
having
design
a baby
fault.
and
Do
a
that again.
carrier on that.
Just
I know.
please do that
You
again.
would get this shaking baby, shaking baby syndrome.
That's to keep you awake when you're in the supermarket.
You go in.
Oh my God,
that
that
is
was funny.
the worst. I can't stand
I was
that
always
stuff.
afraid the carrier was going to
Right.
Kid was gonna fall out.
Kids are going to fall out. It's great.
Seriously. So, that's great.
She should do that again, though.
How's it go?
She's good at that.
She's not wrong.
She's hitting the rumble strip on the road a few times. You can tell. On her way here, like.
40.
So, what is the best thing you've eaten lately?
that chocolate cake.
Cake, yeah.
It
Thank
really
you.
is.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
You're gonna make me blush.
I mean, seriously.
I'm going to tell you what my little obsession is right now. It's from this TikTok trend that they've been doing. So my son and I did it. It's the fruit roll up. Have you heard of this?
No.
No.
Oh man.
Am
All
I
right.
going to want to do this now?
You're definitely going to want to do this.
Oh my God,
A
'cause I
fruit
do
roll-up,
stupid things
I
like
would
this.
never normally eat a fruit roll-up. Like, I wouldn't even buy them.
No, 'cause
First
it
of all,
sticks to your
the kid
teeth.
eats them all in 1 hour. The whole box
Right.
is gone. And it's just junk, sugar or artificial colors. But we saw this challenge. I said, let's do it. So we made a little TikTok. But you get the fruit roll-up, then you put ice cream in it, and you roll it up.
Roll it like around the ice cream?
Roll it around, or you can fold it up and just let it sit for a minute, and it freezes it, and it gets crunchy. Like
Stop it right now.
crispy. It is so ridiculous. You have to promise me you're going to try it.
I absolutely
I'm
would
gonna
try
do
that.
something with it in the
Look
store.
Look at.
Oh, we're gonna do it now?
I couldn't bring ice cream, but here's
Can we
your
put like a
fruit
wing in
roll-up.
there or
Oh my God,
something?
do I have to
Roll
make
it
a
up in a
TikTok?
wing?
On the way home, and you get some
I have ice cream in the house.
You stop on the way home, get some ice cream,
I might video
and
it.
I have mint chocolate chip
yeah, you
ice cream.
have to. You have to try it. You have to let me know how it is.
All right.
That's
I'm
crazy.
obsessed with this.
So
I
you just use
cannot
the
stop
spoon
eating
and
these.
break it up and you have your little fruit roll up with your ice cream. Is that really what's
No,
happening?
no, you take you unroll the fruit roll up.
Okay.
You spoon your ice cream in it, then you roll it up.
Right.
Like you're
Like a
rolling a joint.
cigar.
A cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm
cigar.
sorry.
Oh, wait, and
I
right-
forgot. We're in New Jersey. It's legal
Looking at
here.
like this and eating it. Like, you're not- like, I mean, what?
Yeah, you roll it up.
Right.
And you let it sit for a minute,
Okay.
and it's just crunchy, crispy.
How did I
And then
miss
you eat
this?
it like a
How?
burrito.
Oh, you eat it like a burrito?
Like a burrito, I eat it like a just roll it up like a joint cigar.
Like a hot
I
dog.
don't know. Whatever you call it.
Okay.
But you have to try this. I am
I'm on.
obsessed with this, and I'm not buying any more fruit roll-ups because I keep eating them.
That's the funniest thing because
Right.
I'm always on TikTok and I've never seen it, so I don't know what I've been
haven't
missing.
seen it?
I should have
not
seen
seen
it
it.
You
because
gotta
now
get
I'm
on my
obsessed.
TikTok.
Okay.
I'll have to
Check
start
out my
following
TikTok.
you.
So what
My son
Yes,
and I made
I
a
will.
What are
TikTok
your
about it.
favorite flavors for this?
The blue raspberry was really good.
With
But
what, vanilla ice cream?
Yeah, and you can use any flavor ice cream.
Right.
I'm a basic bitch, so I just had vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, me too.
And I really like the strawberry with it. Just the regular strawberry. Like, I'm real basic, but the blue raspberry was good too.
I would do
Damn.
I
chocolate
haven't
and
had one of these
strawberry.
in like at least 20 years.
Because why would you? You're
Right.
an adult. Like,
I'm a
no-
grown-ass adult. I don't know why I would
Exactly,
have
no.
this.
There's no such thing as adulting.
Grown ass.
But you have to try this. Promise me you're all going to try it. And
I am. I'm gonna send you a video of it too when I do it.
Yes, you better. I expect a video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Mark like tape me.
I need to
while
know,
do
is
this.
it me
Tape,
or
I
is
said.
this like the best
Tape.
snack? And fruit roll up, people, when are you going to start
Pause the
selling
VCR.
this
There you go.
in the frozen department?
I think you should spearhead this. You should reach out to their PR department.
Or we can make our own.
Why not?
We should TikTok ourselves right here.
Wait, we don't have the ice cream.
It's
This
actually-
is why we need an intern.
I
We
just
had an
came up with it.
intern.
Run to
She would run
ShopRite.
and get to
Intern
ShopRite
could go.
right down the street.
Call your husband. Tell him to go to ShopRite right now.
I couldn't tell her where it is though. That's the
Takes him 3
Bordentown
hours.
ShopRite.
It'll be 3 hours. And
So
he
by
only
the time we
goes
get
on
the ice cream, it'll
Saturday.
be melted.
Only
Right.
on
This is
Saturdays.
what would happen.
But this is
100%.
why we need an intern. So if you know anybody, please let us know. All right, you guys try this. Let me know what you think because I'm
do.
obsessed with it. What's your favorite kind of snack?
Wow, I have so many different snacks that I like. I'm like a snack junkie. Believe it or not, it's so simple and basic. Grapes.
Grapes.
I love grapes. I don't care what color. As
Have
long
you-
as they're sweet and they're crunchy or crispy. I've been getting a lot of good grapes lately.
Have you had the cotton candy grapes?
Yes, I have. I buy them by the truckload, and
How amazing.
they're like huge. They're like it's like having a whole meatball in your
Yeah.
mouth.
Have you
But
had
yeah.
the cotton candy
Oh, yeah.
grapes? Did you have them?
I've had them. Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
They're
How do
good.
they taste like cotton
I
candy?
am all for genetically
GMO,
genetically
right,
modified fruits. I'm all for it.
Is that like that? Yeah. So grapes, that's
Yeah,
your snack.
simple. Yeah.
Anything weird? Any weird combinations?
Nah, I just eat anything. I'm not a picky person. I like Cheez-Its. I'm a Cheez-It junkie. That's what's called adulting. I love goldfish. I'm like a little kid.
Oh,
like,
God, who
when a
doesn't?
grandkid comes over and they have goldfish, I'm like, oh,
I have goldfish in
daughter,
my
make
house
sure you
all the
bring goldfish for Lorenzo. Guess who eats them all? I do.
That's right. Yeah, you're not stupid.
Yeah.
How about you, girls?
By the
Any, like, what's your kind of snack? What's your jam?
I can eat anything.
How about you, Pat?
You know,
Jose?
I love like chocolate candy. Like I'll have,
Yeah.
like I could eat like an entire bag, like the party size of Hershey Kisses.
My problem is I go from
Yeah.
sweet, then
To-
I want
to
salty.
salt.
Right, then you gotta have
Yeah.
chips
Yeah.
and
Then I
dip.
want
Like I
salt,
love
yeah.
sour cream and onion dip, the hell of a good dip, and I could just sit there and eat a whole bag with that stuff, you know.
And
But
gummy
which I haven't
bears.
done in a while, so maybe I should.
Gummy bears.
Yeah,
My
can't
son
forget
loves
gummy
gummy
bears.
bears.
Gummy bears are
Gummy
good.
bear and forever.
Yes.
You know what though? I like too sprees. Remember them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sprees.
Yeah, I
Wow.
love sprees.
They still make those?
Yeah.
I haven't seen those.
Milk duds.
I haven't seen those.
I love a milk
They used
dud.
to sell them at the movies. Not that I've been. I think the last thing I saw in the movies was Maverick, but I did. I saw Maverick in the movies, but yeah, sometimes I could get them there.
You buy stuff in the movies?
Oh my God, you have to.
That's-
My
that's
God.
new.
$10?
Yes.
That's
Go to the
new.
dollar store.
Although
I'm the
Walgreens,
dollar store smuggler.
Walgreens has
too.
some like oldies but goodies every once in a while. You can get.
I remember one time Noah got kicked out of the movies.
Smuggling.
Why?
He and his friend were smuggling food in.
That's what I did.
But they didn't. They couldn't hide it well. Like
No, they were like
Dumbasses.
fools about it. Yeah,
Right.
like probably
Cheese
like
steak
walking-
arm.
Somebody told me once it's actually not just like you're allowed to bring in outside food.
Really?
But they don't advertise that.
Right.
Well, they got thrown out because
I just shove it in my
I
purse.
just dropped him off, and then he called
Yeah.
like 15 minutes later. Can you come pick me up? I'm like, what? Like,
I'm
got
sorry,
caught.
I'm
you always have to buy
smuggling.
one thing at the movies, but like I of course smuggle stuff.
I'll buy the $7 drink. That's it.
Right.
Everything
You gotta
else
get the
I'm smuggling
popcorn.
in.
Oh,
I
the
like with a lot of
popcorn.
butter.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't even buy the $7 drink. I like to smuggle in like wine or
There
like
you
a
go.
cocktail.
In a water
know?
bottle, like you're 13.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
just it's much more fun that way. What if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life? What would it be?
That's so simple
King
for
crab.
me.
King crab. You fancy, Jen.
Yeah.
Fancy.
I don't get it that often. It's
Oh my
I'd have to like
this is
sell
so
a child,
tough.
but
And their organs.
and
There's so many
organs.
things I like. I mean, I got to pick one thing.
One thing, yeah.
That's simple.
For you,
What is it?
Pizza.
I was just gonna say,
Pizza.
Me
I would smear it
too.
all over my
brothers
face.
Sicilian
Yeah.
with extra sauce.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
pizza, 100%. It's so good. Even bad pizza's good, right?
It can be. It can be.
Like,
Let's not get
It's
crazy.
gotta be.
disagree.
It's gotta be.
I go, let's not
I
get
mean-
crazy now.
It's gotta be bad plain. If it's anything else, if it's like a specialty pizza and it's bad, no. But you can't really find a bad plain pizza.
where did you grow up?
Ewing Township.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
born
you're
and
from
raised.
the area.
Yes, I am what we call Ewing dirt, and that's a term of endearment. We mean Ewing dirt is under our nails, so we call ourselves Ewing
Yes.
dirt. Different from you Hamilton people.
No.
What is your
We're all Trenton people.
no? What is your
We are all Trenton people.
your food that you?
Oh, pizza.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
pizza.
100% pizza every
The
day.
Berg Trenton or outskirts?
Berg Trenton.
Okay.
No,
Streets.
I was Villa Park. I was
Villa
on
Park?
Melrose Avenue.
Okay, that's funny. I used to live on Pierce.
Oh,
right
yes,
down
you
the
weren't
street.
far, yep.
Yeah, behind Rittman's.
Columbus Avenue.
Okay.
I'm a township girl,
Ah,
but my husband's from the Berg. My mother
Okay.
grew up in Trenton.
there you go.
So.
And that's funny because we still obviously get our bread from Italian peoples. I will
Yes.
not go.
Do?
Yes. Pork roll from Cases on Washington.
Yeah.
Carmen and Tommy over at Italian peoples. Sorry,
Amazing.
no other place we go.
No,
for
they got the
bread.
best rolls.
No
Yes.
substitute.
No,
No
no.
substitute for that.
Unless once in a while, like if the oven's down, then we'll get some Barbero rolls from other places. But yeah, it's hard to find good bakers anymore.
Yeah,
Especially
it
in the city of
definitely
Trenton.
is.
I went to St. Joachim's right across the street from Italian People's. So after Mass every Sunday, you'd go get your rolls. Sometimes they'd be sold out, before Mass was over. So you'd have to go to Barbero's. And it was always like,
Right.
Barbero's. And then sometimes they were out and you would have to go to Colonial. I don't know if you
I don't remember that.
Colonial.
Barbero's
Colonial.
are
I remember Colonial, but it definitely
Yeah,
no
that was
comparison.
like
yeah.
that was
like last
bottom
resort.
of the barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if they didn't have any, like you weren't having bread.
Yeah, that was
You
like
weren't having. That's it. The rollout.
right. Get some Wonder Bread, just take the crust off.
It's right. Toast it up. What do you got to do? Oh, anyway, that was fun. A little walk down memory lane. But so WTF, the restaurant. What do you have planned for the future?
Right now, believe it or not, we're trying to franchise. So I'm speaking to investors. I'm talking with franchisors, like lawyers and stuff like that, to get all the paperwork in place. There's so much stuff to get together before you franchise, just so you can present your brand to somebody. But everybody that comes into the store, especially older people that see and recognize the brand, they're like, wow, whose brand is this? And I'm like, it's mine. And I started it myself, and they're like, wow, this is really marketable. And they notice what I already know. So it's just like, if I just had that one person with the money to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be your money guy. So that's really what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for the right person to come along, aside from the people that I'm already working with. But we need somebody that's going to come along and believe in the brand the way I do. And it's happening. It's slowly happening. But it's a labor of love. Just to get started, to get all your paperwork together, all the information that you need to present your brand, it's about $40,000 for the lawyers. And that's just to get everything together. That's not selling your first franchise.
Right.
That's $40,000. We put all the stuff together, all the paperwork together, FFDs.
That's everything you don't
SOPs.
see.
Exactly, and that's the hidden stuff. And that's the part right now. It's just like, wow. So do I roll the dice on $40,000 in the chance that they get everything together and we can sell a franchise? Because normally it'll take 2 to 5 years to sell your first store. So we're going to take that chance. Yeah. I'm willing to take that chance. My goal is that if I can get 10 stores in the next 10 years, keep maybe 2 of them for myself, get my royalties and residuals and my payments from the franchisees, I could have a very nice life and not be in the store so much. I want to get away from that and get more towards helping them build their brand and helping myself get back to my acting, because that's really what I want to do. That's my passion right now. I got bit by the bug a long time ago. In the late '80s, I was in The Siege with Denzel Washington and net betting.
Wow.
Yeah, I was an extra,
open
but it
with
was a
that?
car scene. I'm sorry.
You don't open with
Nah,
that?
that's
No,
so
is that what
old.
you're
Like,
telling us this now?
I know.
I
So when you say The
3
Siege, people are like,
minutes.
The Siege, what's that? It's an old movie with Denzel Washington. So he's in traffic and he's running through traffic, and I'm in the car door, like seeing what's going on with the traffic jam, and he jumps over the hood of my car and I yell at him. So we did this scene probably 118 times, and I'll never forget it because the net betting, I'm just going to say it, they tell you on the set never to talk to the principals, or the actors or the director, anybody that's above you. So I just asked her if she had enough room to run by my car, because the way I was in the door, I'm a wide guy. I'm short, stocky. So I just asked her, oh my God. She gave me a look that was like a laser look. And then Denzel says, dude, don't mind her.
Oh,
And he
wow.
kind of patted me on the back.
Wow.
Because we were standing there chatting in between takes and stuff
Why
like that.
aren't you allowed to talk to them?
Some of them are just really, really divas. And they just, they just feel like, you're an extra, or you're a background, or you're a day player.
Right.
They forget
You
where they
don't
came
talk.
from then.
Exactly. Everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. We're humans, but you just happen to have a great job.
That disappoints me about her. Is he a nice guy?
Denzel's great. He is one of the coolest actors I've ever met, and I idolize him to this day. He's a very good actor, and he's humble. He's not that guy. If he was to walk in this room, he would speak to everybody in this room. He's very humble, and I like people like that because I'm the same way. I never
thought I learned
like to
that
think
way
that
before.
I'm special or above anybody else. I mean,
Right.
even in my job, I take the trash out. I mop the floor. If I had to clean the bathroom, I clean the bathroom. I don't care. It's not about status. It's not about I'm the boss. You do this. No, for
A lot
me,
of
it's
humility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Humble.
very humble.
Well, we love it. I'm so glad that we met and
you.
that we're good friends now.
Yes, it's going to get better because we're going to do like divorce parties for you.
This is what I'm
We're
saying.
going swimming over here. We're doing fruit roll-ups.
You're gonna come back and you're gonna talk
Yes.
about the 2 films that
Yes.
you're in
Yes.
Yes.
and all the other acting projects you have going on.
Thank you.
And you promised to do this for
Oh yeah, I'm going to actually do it and try and tape it now. I'm actually going to call one of my camera guys like, hey, I got a fruit roll-up idea.
do it, yeah.
We'll make something out of
And
it.
if you do it at the restaurant, you gotta let me know.
Oh yeah, that would be great because I think for the summer that would be something nice and something different to do. But I can't believe I missed it. I don't know how I did.
Oh my God, like I need to know. Like you have to tell me how good it is. I'm really obsessed with this little snack lately. So
Okay.
check it out. Do it. That's it, guys. That wraps up our show for tonight. Thank you, Timothy McRae, for coming in.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
Next week, we have Jack and Paula Biger from Let There Be Health, and we are going to be on John Brocco's show on Tuesday, the 11th, April 11th at 9 p.m. So
Awesome.
tune in for that. Thanks. Have a great week. And try the fruit roll-up ice cream thing. I'm telling you.
There you go.
Fruit roll-up challenge, I'm calling it.
Fruit roll-up challenge. Do it. You won't be sorry. Run. Run. Don't walk.